All right, what up, what up, what up? Let's go. All right, guys. So as you can see, we're looking at the integrated science paper one, and this year is 2019. Let's proceed and go down to it. All right, structure. Oh, I'm getting pen. Nice. The structure responsible for transfer of characteristics from parents to offspring is found in the, is it A, cell membrane, or is it B, chromosomes, or is it C, cytoplasm, or is it the vacuum? And that is the chromosome. So number one is B. Which of the following structure is responsible for the energy production in an animal? Energy, and that is the mitochondrion. Let's move on to 3. In which test tube is germination most likely to take place? So look at the diagram carefully, all the stuff they give us, and that would be B, test tube 2. Let's move on to 4. Guys, I'm trying to get this in as fast as possible. Which part of the flower is the site where the male gametes are produced? Is it A, ovule? Is it B, ovule? Is it C, anther? Is it D, filament? And that is C. All right. Item 5 and 6 refer to the following hormones: adrenaline, insulin, testosterone, and progesterone. In answering 5 to 6, each option may be used once, so we can only use it once. More than once or not at all. Alright? So if you think is the answer can repeat, you can also repeat the answer. Which hormone regulates the level of blood sugar in humans? And that would be insulin. So 5 would be B, insulin. Alright, 6. Remember, it's referring to one of these. Which hormone is produced in an emergency situation? And that is adrenaline. And we should know that because we hear that word regularly. Rush of adrenaline. Alright, let's move on. Trying to do this as fast as possible. I got it late. Alright, number 7. Which of the following processes are associated with excretion by the kidney? Is it A, evaporation? No, not A. 1, evaporation. 2, filtration. 3, reabsorption. And that would be, let me see now. Evaporation out of it. So it's 2 and 3 only. So that is C. Let's move on to 8. The release of an egg from the ovary is called, is it A, ovulation? Is it B, fertilization? Is it C, implantation? Or is it D, gestation? And that would be ovulation. So number 8 is ovulation. 9, let's carry it down. Which of the following statements concerning respiration is true? Anaerobic respiration produces more energy than aerobic respiration. That is not true. Aerobic respiration requires carbon dioxide, while anaerobic respiration requires oxygen. That is not true. Aerobic respiration requires oxygen, while anaerobic respiration does not require oxygen. So the answer for number 9 is C. That is indeed true. Number 10. Oh Lord. Condoms and diaphragm caps are examples of method of birth control known as, is it A, barrier? Yes, that is barrier. Stop the barrier, my people. Education first. All right, let's move on to 11. Which of the following components of blood protect the body by engulfing bacteria? Is it plasma, platelet, red blood cell, or no? It is the white blood cell, right? All right, this one refers to the diagram of the eye. Which, oh Lord, which structure is responsible for carrying impulses to the brain? All right, so and that is, I think this would be the optic nerve, so it is 3. So number 12 would be C, and that's the optic nerve. Guys, make sure you know all this stuff for paper 2. All right, this should be R. All right, let's move on to 13. The most effective method used in controlling pests is it the use of traps, use of chemicals, use of another organism, or eradication of their breeding places? So D would be the best option, because when them not breed up, you're good to go down. As you have no. All right, so let's move on to 14. The amount of water entered in the tissue of the body is controlled by, is it A, digestion, is it B, nutrition, is it C, excretion, Jesus, excretion, or is it D, osmoregulation? And that would be osmo, as it suggests, water, like osmosis. Osmo, yeah. So 15 now. Which method of birth control is least effective in preventing pregnancy? Jesus. Is it A, barrier? Is it B, natural? Is it C, surgical? Or is it D, hormonal? And number 15 is B, natural. Remember, guys, it's the least effective. So, you know the chef's already. All right. Let's move on to 16. Which of the following blood group has no antigen? Is it A, is it B, is it O, or is it A, B? And that is B. Trying to get through the paper as fast as possible. Guys, if you can share it, but if you can't, that's just how it goes. Time catch up on me today. All right. And they say, now look at the diagram of the human digestive tract. And they say hydraulic acid is produced in, is it 1? No. No, it's at the bile. No, can't be this either. So it's in the stomach. So this is the stomach. So B would be 17 would be B. All right, let's go up to 18. Oh Lord, sperm is stored in the testes, the urethra. We're not gonna further, guys. We know this, right? It is the testes. So number 19 refers to the diagram of a simple food chain. So you have the plant, animal 1, then animal 2, then animal 3. The herbivore in the food chain is, so the one herbivore eat plants, so it has to be animal 1, and that is this one is gonna eat. So that one will be the carnivore. All right. So let's go on to 20. Going on good so far, guys. We're rushing it a bit. Nevertheless, you can always watch back the tape if there's something that you think that you should have grasped more properly. 20 now. White light is separated into its component colors by a process of dispersion using, is it A, ray box, B, glass prism, is it C, color wheel, or is it D, chromatography? Chromatograph. 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 And that is B, glass prism. All right, let's move on to 21. Just carry on. All right, which of the following are disadvantages of using plastic bags? 1, they are usually non-biodegradable. 2, they may form toxic gases when burnt. 3, they may collect water and breed mosquitoes when discarded. And all 3, and that is why Jamaican government ban plastic bags. Just in case you wonder if you want you carry your flour and your mackerel in your hand, no. It's for these 3 reasons. Cannot be breaking down. All right, let's move on to 22. The rusting of iron is an example of, is it A, reduction, or is it B, oxidation? C, precipitation, or is it B, neutralization? It is indeed oxidation. Let's move on to 23. Which of the following sequences correctly represent the order of processes involved in reproduction and growth of animals? So we're supposed to correct the correct order for 23. Is it A, fertilization, germination, pollination, or is it B, germination, fertilization, then pollination, or is it pollination first, fertilization, and then germination? So 23 would be C. Guys, you can disturb something. This won't be a long video, so you guys can just chill, all right? 24. Solar energy is transferred through space by, is it A, radiation, convection, conduction, or evaporation? So solar energy is transferred through space by radiation. Guys, in case you're wondering why I'm always reading it out, you can actually hear my voice in exam. I don't know if you guys believe in that, but trust me, you're gonna hear it. Many times my students tell me that. All right, let's move on to 25. Which of the following formula is used to calculate mechanical advantage of a machine? And then we're not gonna further, right? It's load over effort. So it's load over effort. Rushing through the paper, guys. You're rushing through. Let's move on to 26. And everyone should know this diagram from in the lab. And it says the part labeled 1, which is right here. Is it the stem? Is it the bore? Is it the bulb? Or is it the glass? And 26 is C. That's the bulb. Guys, these are things that you would have gotten in notes and you would have studied and known over a period of time. So plastic is usually used in electrical plugs because A, it's fairly strong, B, has a low density, C, is a poor conductor of heat energy, D, is a poor conductor of electricity. And that is D, poor conductor of electricity. All right, so electricity don't run through it. Makes sense, eh? Guys, shock we and kill it. All right, the following data were obtained in an experiment investigation of a soil pH in which different crops grow best. Which crop grew best in neutral soil? So is it A, dot, B, dot, C, dot, D, dot? And that would be B, 6 to 8, right? Number 7 is the margin. All right. The spanner is an example of is it A, a lever, B, a pulley, an inclined plane, or hydraulic press. And that is indeed a lever. A spanner is an example of a lever. We're halfway there, guys. Halfway there. Let's go. Let's go. Which of the following energy conversion takes place during the process of photosynthesis? Is it heat to light, light to kinetic, or is it chemical to heat? No, sir. No heat, no go on, no. That it's rather light to chemical. So 30 would be D. And we are halfway there. See the hurdle there? Yeah. Ready for hurdle, ready to go. So 18 now. What type of energy is the athlete using to jump over the hurdle? And that is kinetic. Any motion. Show me your motion. One of my subscribers said me not to sing. But that's my personality, alright? I'm happy. I'm always happy. What is the reading on the meter? So that's 1, 5, 4, 8. So yeah, go with this. So that is A. 33. Which of the following energy changes takes place in the power station that uses natural gas? Is it kinetic to heat? Is it electrical to heat, kinetic to chemical, or is it D, chemical to electrical? And it is chemical to electrical. Again, guys, this is just to help you the multiple choice for the repeat questions. Can explain every single term. The function of a fuse in a circuit is to A, reduce the current in the circuit, B, store current in the circuit for later, D, monitor the amount of kilowatt hour being used by the device, or to protect the components in the circuit if the current gets too large. And that is D, to protect the components in the circuit if it's too large. All right, we're going on fine, guys. We're going on fine. 35, the following diagram show, oh no. One. The following diagram shows a pair of tongues in label 1, 2, 3, and 4. In which of the labeled position is the effort usually applied? So we probably load them, we can identify them. So it will be right here. So that is B. Let's move on to 36. Which of the following substances do not form a solution with water? Is it 1, sugar, 2, flour, or is it 3, sand? So the other combination, is it 1 and which is sugar and sand, sugar and flour? No. First, sugar and flour, sugar and I could just get the answer. That's that confusing. And that is C, 2 and 3 only. $37. Electrical, oh wait, hold on guys, let me make you guys see. I like when you're seeing everything. Electrical wires are usually coated with the plastic or rubber so they can, you see, come back there again, so they can A, can easily be installed, B, are properly insulated, C, can be easily packaged, or D, are protected from breakage. Insulated, right? So that is B. So number 37 is B. All right, which of the following forms a suspension in water? Is it A, salt, salt, sugar, or oxygen? So 38 is soil. 39. Let's come on so you can see everything where liquids and gases expand when they are heated and contract when they are cooled. These properties are used by, is it A, water pump, B, vacuum cleaner, C, tire pressure gauge, or is it D, mercury thermometer? So 38 is, oh, not 38, we are 39 is D. We're on to 40, so we are up to 66%, guys. Let's go, let's go. 40 says, decayed organic matter is soil is called, is it A, sand, is it B, humus, C, sediment, or D, limestone? And that is B, humus. So decayed organic is called humus. That's a nice. Let's move on to chapter 41. A refrigerator has a rating of 0.5 kilowatt. Electricity used in kilowatt hour. Buy this refrigerator for 1 day is equal to, so them say 1 day. So how many hours in 1 day? 24, right? And it would be this times, so we are at 41 is C. Let's move on to 42. The type of energy contained in fossil fuel is A, solar, B, kinetic, is it C, electrical, or D, chemical? And that would be chemical. Let's move on to 43. Time is pretty late, guys. A substance X. All right, I'm just gonna go to the answer. A substance X has a pH of 2. This means that X is an acid. So X is an acid. For the 4, no, you.
Oh, no, man. Let me tell you about.
All right, 44. Let's go. 44. There are limits to the height and mass of materials which can be transported by a vehicle. The reason for this is to ensure the vehicle center of the gravity is not raised beyond safe limits. So 44 is A. All right. So 45, which of the following fishing methods is least efficient for commercial purposes? And that would be C, online, right? And line, that's shaky. 1 fish that. All right, let's go to 46. For the force which acts on bodies in water, causing them to appear to have less weight, is called, is it A, upthrust, B, gravity, C, thrust, or is it lift? I did say I was going to just call out the answer. So it's A, upthrust. Earthworms found living in a compost heap are correctly classified as, is it carnivores, is it consumers, herbivores, or decomposers? So that is D, they are decomposers. 48 refers to the following diagram, which shows an experiment to measure the rate at which water drains in clay, loam, and sand. All right, it's all labeled, and it says now, which of the following conclusion is most likely to be true? First one says, soil is loam. Nope. Soil 1 is loam. No, sir. Now look at loam. Soil 2 is sandy soil. Soil 3 is a clay. And we're gonna go with this one. Soil 3 is clay. Just look out. So 49. Just 10 more to go, guys. Seawater can be made fit for drinking by the process of, is it filtration, or is it B, distillation, or is it C, evaporation? Nice. Distill, right? Check out this out. All right. 50. We're almost there. We're going on. Fabulous. So it's distillation for that. For 50. Which of the following is not associated with the use of fossil fuel? Is it A, erosion, B, pollution, B, C, acid rain, or is it D, global warming? And that is erosion. All right, 51, well, 51 refers to the following diagram, which illustrates a body P that evolves around the sun. So we know so that our can probably the earth, evolves around the sun or one planet. And another body R that evolves around P. So R evolves around P. Which of the following term best describe R? So they want this, right? And that is a plane. This is a planet. No, sir. Galaxy. It's a satellite. And we know them are made with the satellite, don't it? So all right, 52 now. Going on fine, guys. Refers to the following diagram, which represents the passage of air through the engine of a jet plane. So X, bam, bam, bam. All right, the direction in which the plane is moving is it X to Y, or is it Y to X? So normally it have a like how it's going this way, it's have a reverse. So it's actually Y to X. You guys would have discussed that with your teachers. If not, you can look it up for yourself. So let's go on to 53. Refers to the following methods of water purification. Is it distillation, filtration, chlorinication, or sedimentation? All right, in answering item 53 to 54, each option may be used once or twice or not at all. So you can use it 2 times if you think of the answer. All right, so let's move on to 53 now. It says, which method involves settling of heavy suspended material? Heavy suspended material, and that is D. So this would be sedimentation. What about 54? Which method involves the boiling and condensing of water? And we discuss an answer about that. That would be distillation. All right, let's move on to 55. Which of the following is not an alternative source of energy? Solar, yeah, that's the energy. Wind, we can use it energy. Candle, or is it D, waves? And that is candle. This is considered to be a fossil. All right, let's move on to 56. And we're almost there, guys. Notice I'm rushing through the paper, rushing through it. You can always watch back the playback, but I just want to get the information out there. Let's move on to 56. 56 refers to the following diagram showing the method of heat transfer, and we have the metal rod right here, and you have the fire and the gloves. The method of heat transfer through the metal rod is it A, radiation? Is it B, convection? Is it C, conduction? Or is it D, evaporation? As you can just eliminate evaporation right away and the radiation. So it's either convection or conduction, don't it? And the winner is very, very close as they come up to the line. Who is going to take it? Usain Bolt! Usain Bolt! So it's conduction. And again, Asafa comes in last. All right, let's go on to 57. The eye of the hurricane is in the center of the hurricane, right? And we know said that part of the hurricane, when it look like the hurricane done, or we go out the door, and then whoops, oh, stop blow off. Oh Lord, this one look complicated. So the earth is labeled. The earth is what? The third from the sun. So it have to be W. And let's go on to 59. Saturn is labeled. Saturn. Saturn. Not perfect at this now, guys. This would be Saturn. All right. And so that is Z. Let's move on to the final. And then we say the end of the test. An electrician may use rubber gloves to hold a live electrical wire because the gloves act as an, is it A, insulator and will conduct current? No, sorry, that dead. B, a conductor and will not allow the current to pass through. No, conductor will allow it to conduct. You see? A conductor and conducts the current away from the gloves. An insulator and does not allow current to pass through. Or surely they would die. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for being awesome. I want to wish you all the best in your exam. This is Mr. Bennett. I'm out. Guys, I rushed through the paper because at the end of the day, I just want to get this video out there early. Hope you guys benefit, and I will see you guys in the next video. History video coming up, guys. History video coming up. All right, I'm out. No doubt.